Today on Dr. Phil.
My son Blake is narcissistic and entitled.
Didn't she buy a new house and let you move in?
Where am I supposed to stay?
Hell, I don't care. You're 26.
I look at other people and I'm like, wow, I'm better than them.
You sent her a photo of a burn on your wrist, and you said, "Bring me some burn cream, bitch," to your mother?
Like she's Miss Perfect. Nag, 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 nag.
My brother's a disgusting pig.
I would have a girl in my bed every single night. And I'll tell them, you and your friends are all fat and ugly. Bye.
I can't believe he treats women like that.
Well, you raised him.
You don't have to have sex with all of them.
That's just how it happens.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I'll try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Thank you. All right. 6'4", 196 pounds. Size of the waist, 32, 34. Not talking about me. These are the body dimensions of 26-year-old Blake, a self-professed gym rat who spends 4 to 5 days a week working out his chest, triceps, and biceps because he wants to be a professional model. Ladies, what do you think? Yeah? Blake says everywhere he goes, people just make it hard for him to remain humble because, in his words, he just looks good. I feel your pain, buddy. Well, his older sister, Sarah, disagrees. She says he is a disgusting pig who threatened to kill her and will sleep with multiple women in one night, throwing the one he deems unattractive out on the porch. He even defecated on his sister's porch out of anger one time. Now, Blake's mom, Sandra, says even though her son, believe it or not, graduated with a 3.5 GPA from a 4-year college with a degree in psychology, you might know, he refuses to work an entry-level job because it's beneath him. So what does she do? She buys a house and allows her son to live there, rent-free. This is even after he demanded that she save his life by getting him internet, Cardinal baseball game tickets, and a pet, and called her a self-minded person and a bitch. So what is going on here? Take a look.
I'm completely at the end of my rope with my son Blake.
My mom is constantly on my back and never gives me a break.
He's extremely volatile, narcissistic, and entitled.
I can be kind of arrogant sometimes. Can be mean, rude.
Over the years, I've bent over backwards to help Blake out. I pay for his phone, his insurance, I even bought his car. About 1.5 years ago, I purchased a new home. I let Blake move into my new home, and I moved into my boyfriend's home.
I feel like my mom gives me a lot of material things, but she doesn't give me a lot of emotional support.
He could care less about life and thinks that the world owes him everything.
I got a lot of anger. I got a lot of hostility.
If he doesn't get his way or get the things that he thinks he deserves, he throws a complete fit.
I told her I'd set the house on fire. That gets her attention. And I'm like, yes, I got her.
And today, Blake can't hold a job. Because of his anger issues, he gets fired. And what kind of job is it that you're looking for?
It's none of your business. Where have you sent your resume?
Well, I have a job. Why would I send my resume
because you
anywhere?
need a better job.
The only career Blake is interested in is being a model.
I feel like this body should not go to waste. Everywhere I go, people make it hard for me to be humble because they're like, damn, you look good. I'm a gym rat. I look at other people and I'm like, wow. I just immediately know that I'm better than them. Even dudes are like, wow, that is one good-looking guy.
He's incredibly disrespectful. Blake will call me a piece of and says that I've ruined his life.
I'm just gonna be an ass. I feel like that's my only defense sometimes.
He's constantly getting in trouble with the police. He gets tickets for speeding.
Everybody gets speeding tickets. Give it a rest.
Blake's been arrested for possession of marijuana.
Oh my God. I smoke weed. My mom needs marijuana so she can chill the out.
Blake has also gotten in trouble with a DUI. When Blake gets in trouble, I bail him out because I don't want to see him sit in jail.
I'm her baby boy.
Okay. So, you're pretty proud of the way you turned out.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah? And you think you got a model type body and all that?
Yeah, I would say I have no trouble with the ladies. Going out to the bars, I would have a girl in my bed every single night that I would go out.
Did you say bitch in your
Bitch.
bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we call them.
How you get along with your mom?
Not very well. No.
Yeah. Well, she
We're
bought
opposites.
you. Didn't she buy a new house and let you move in?
Yeah, this is my temporary spot for now, until I decide to move on.
Aren't you 26?
I am 26.
Well, what do you mean you had to live there? You're 26. You can live anywhere you want, right?
Yeah, true. But she offered it to me, so why wouldn't I take it?
That's a good question. Did you buy a new house and give it to him?
I did buy a new house. I did not give it to him, but he was causing so much anguish at my parents' house that I was fearful of their health. And so I wasn't living in my house, and I said that he could live there in my home. Yes, I did do that.
So he was living with your parents?
Yes, he was.
So you've always lived with either your grandparents or your parents unless you were at school?
Yes.
Well, he's tried to live with me because I lived with my boyfriend, and he had a physical altercation with the boyfriend and was kicked out of the home, and then that's when he went to live with my parents.
Okay. So he couldn't get along living with you, so went to live with your parents.
Right.
And he couldn't get along with them, so you bought him a new house.
Well, I didn't buy him a house. I bought it for myself.
Well, who's
but
living in it?
He is.
And who bought it?
I did.
So you bought him a new house?
Okay, I bought him a new house.
Are you wondering why she bought a new house?
Well, I'm just wondering why she's rewarding bad behavior.
So where am I supposed to stay?
What'd you say?
Where am I supposed to stay?
I don't know. You're 26.
I'm not gonna stay with her boyfriend. Well, yeah, I could.
You're 26. Get a job. Get a house. Get an apartment. Live in a box. Hell, I don't care. You're 26. Right?
I told her, hey, if you don't want me to live here, I will gladly go find a spot to
no,
live.
that's not what you said. Actually, you've sent some text messages to her about this. You sent her a photo of a burn on your wrist, and you said, "Bring me some burn cream, bitch. This is what you get for making me put the lawnmower in and out of the car." I'm like seriously pissed off now. And you say, "Thank you for cutting the grass." Bring me some burn cream, bitch? To your mother?
Yeah.
Then you sent her a text message. You said, "I've asked for many things since I've been here to help save my life, and none of them have been honored. Internet, a Cardinals baseball game, a pet, a friend. Apparently everything that you want and have is more important and valuable than a life. Sucks you're such a self-minded person. That's where you can reflect once you've lost a life." You respond, "Stop smoking weed and you can succeed." You need Cardinal tickets to save your life?
Cardinal ticket? No. That's like basically saying TV, something to watch. It's 2017 internet. Yeah, and I said I would pay for it. I will pay the bill for the internet. I call the internet people out to the house.
Yeah.
Have the installation ready. No, I don't want holes drilled in my brand new wood floors. What's wrong with my door? What's that spot on my driveway? Every time it's not like, "Hey Blake, what's going on?" Nag, 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 nag.
Maybe
Like she's Miss Perfect.
If you don't like the rules, why don't you move?
I did.
No, you say I would think it would be boring to not have television in your house. I mean, I agree with you.
So,
That
yeah,
would be
why
boring.
do you think I go out?
I mean,
Get into trouble.
you can't
sometimes.
watch the Dr. Phil show if you don't have any.
Actually, I have an antenna. I can watch your show.
So do you watch?
This doesn't capture my interest. So.
Yeah. Well, it might today.
It's not my cup of tea.
Blake's older sister Sarah is here, and she says Blake is such a disgusting pig, that's her words, not mine, that she has cut him off, and this is his last chance to get his act together. We'll talk to her when we come back.
My brother Blake has always been known as the crazy kid. You get Blake upset and he does the unthinkable.
One time I got in an argument with Sarah, and I got so mad at her. I walked up to her porch, pulled down my pants, and I defecated all over.
He disgusts me.
It's not that big of a deal.
And later,
You don't have to have sex with all of them.
That's just how it happens.
I can't believe that he treats women like that.
well, you raised him.
I didn't raise him to be like that. Blake and his sister Sarah don't get along at all.
I've only spoken to my sister once in over a year. I feel like my sister is controlling and is in constant big sister mode. My sister needs to leave me alone. She needs to come off her high horse, and maybe she's just jealous.
26-year-old Blake is a college graduate who studied psychology and was on the dean's list with a 3.5 GPA. But he has admittedly thrown it to the wayside to sit around all day smoking pot in a rent-free new house that his mom has put him up in. I want to take a look at something that Blake said during the field shoot with the producers that caught my eye. Take a look at this.
I told her I'd set the house on fire. That gets her attention. And I'm like, yes, I got her.
Wow. The house she's letting you live in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll burn your house down.
That's me when I'm pissed off. I don't know.
You gonna burn the house down?
Probably not, no.
But he threatens things like that all the time. I mean, he's even threatened to burn down my parents' house with them in it, and that I would lose everything that matters to me, and that would make him happy.
Well, that's interesting. His sister Sarah says he may think he's super hot, but his behavior proves he's not.
My brother Blake has always been known as the crazy kid. Blake has a huge chip on his shoulder. He has a lot of resentment towards me.
She acts like a private school sorority stuck-up bitch.
He thinks that I'm the golden child because I went to a private high school and a private college. He thinks that I'm privileged because after college I got a great job and am now making 6 figures. Blake is a complete hothead. He's threatened to kill me, my boyfriend, my mom, and even my grandparents. He could snap at any moment. It's part of the reason I keep my distance from him. You get Blake upset and he does the unthinkable.
One time I got in an argument with Sarah, and I got so mad at her. I told her, I'm going to defecate on your porch. I was serious. I walked up to her porch, pulled down my pants, and I defecated all over.
He disgusts me.
I thought it was hysterical. My mom had to clean it up, and I would do it again.
What person in their right mind does something like that?
It's not that big of a deal.
I hate him when I think about Blake. He makes my stomach turn. He called me a recently on a text message over nothing, and I just said, okay. I was like, talk to you never. Something's not right. There's screw loose, for sure.
What Sarah needs to understand is she's not my mother, and she needs to quit acting like my mother.
I feel like my brother just needs to get a clue, and he needs to get a life.
Okay, thank you for being here.
Thanks for
How
having me.
long has it been since you two have seen each other?
I just saw him on Christmas, but before that, it had been a year.
Been a year
Yeah.
before you'd seen him, so you
Yeah.
two don't hang.
No,
You don't hang
and it
out
wasn't
together.
like I completely kicked him out of my life. We had a altercation. I was actually a little fearful, too, for my life and my boyfriend's life.
Okay.
So I felt it was for my own safety and sanity to, but I asked him, I said, do you want to talk about this? And he was like, no, I'm good. And I was like, well, then I don't want to talk to you
How
anymore.
was he talking to you?
He called me the word over, somebody called me or texted me that I hadn't talked to in like 15 years, and I guess he was out of the bars with them and gave him my number. And all I said was, can you not give my number out to people I haven't talked to in forever?
You went to grade school with this guy. He just wanted to say, hey, I'm hanging out with your brother. That's all. It wasn't like, hey, I'm trying to holler at you, which is kind of what she took. Don't give my number to random people. And then it was dot, period, thanks, dot. Like, Miss Smartass, yeah, thank you. Please don't give my number out, thanks.
Okay.
Like, okay, bitch.
That's how you read it.
That's how it was put, period,
But you said
period.
your first text that you sent back to me was he was trying to just hang out and this and that. I didn't know who it was. It's not like I
wasn't
had
trying to
his
hang out
number
with me.
saved.
Does that seem like a reasonable response to you back to her?
Yeah. That's what she is all the time. She doesn't change. Why do you think I don't want to hang out with her anymore? I hadn't seen her in a year. That was my goal. And I plan to keep that going, the streak.
Yeah.
Why do I want this in my life? I don't need this. She said, you don't like it, you can leave. And she started, nah. I said, all right, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna defecate on your porch. And she says, no, you're not. I said, watch me. You can even watch me do it.
And later,
She has forced me into the mental hospital twice. And anytime either one of these two women get mad at me, the go-to answer is, you're gonna end up just like your father.
My mom completely enables Blake. I admit it, I definitely enable my son. I basically pay for everything of his. Housing, health insurance, utilities, car insurance, his phone.
I feel like that enables me to spend my money elsewhere on drinking, going out and partying.
My mom has created a monster. If it was up to me, I've told her this before, just cut him off.
Sarah says her brother, Blake's current interest includes sex, working out, and golf, but not getting a career-type job or paying bills because he lets his mom, Sandra, take care of that, and she doesn't seem to mind. Sarah believes that while her mom claims to be outraged at Blake's behavior, she just keeps rewarding him. She keeps enabling him. You are upset with her because she went to private college.
No, I'm not upset with her.
Yes,
But
you are.
Yeah. Her school was $45,000 a year.
Okay, well, my situation changed.
Your situation
Their
changed.
dad
Okay.
left. I was trying to support these two kids by myself. He went to the public school. They had an A+ program, and you could go to the community college for free. He finished with a psychology degree. He has a bachelor's in psychology.
The problem is he's saying he had to go to this college and then he had to go to this college. He was being rewarded. He had resources at the public school that the Catholic schools don't get, and they were saying, you've done so great, you get 2 years free. And you did get that money.
Do you know how many
because
contacts I lost at a university? So you were able to build friendships over 4 years. I transferred into a school of 35,000 people as a junior with no contacts.
At no time were you happy for her.
Your best
No, I'm not
friend
happy
that's
for
no
her.
longer your
You're
best
not-
friend?
You're not happy for her at all?
No,
Why would you not be happy for your sister?
because she acts and treats me.
How she treats you? You on her porch.
Because we had an argument.
Why did you do that, by the way? What was the message?
The message was you.
Why?
We got in an altercation. She said, all right. So then that night, she invited us over for dinner at 5. Dinner wasn't ready till 10 o'clock p.m. We were invited out at 5. I was mad about it. Sarah says, oh, you should just be happy I was cooking dinner for you. I said, yeah, I would have been happy 5 hours ago. She said, you don't like it, you can leave. And she started, nah. I said, all right, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to defecate on your porch. And she says, no, you're not. I said, watch me. You can even watch me do it.
Well, Sarah's porch wasn't the only place Blake left a gift.
You really don't want to mess with me. I do like to seek revenge. Once I was at a party, these guys kicked me out. I hopped up on this guy's brand new truck, defecated all over it, and I smeared it all over his windshield. I still, to this day, think it's hysterical. Another time, a girl broke up with me and slept with the guy that weekend. I felt the need to take action. One night, went out and spray painted a huge on his car, keyed both of their cars, and left. Nope, I don't know what happened to your car.
And that's okay.
So you did it to her, and then you got on this guy's truck and then smeared it around?
Yeah.
That just seemed like a reasonable thing to do to you. What was your message?
It doesn't hurt. That was my message. Like,
Why did they kick you out?
I don't know. I was intoxicated. That's not why. I don't remember. They kicked me out.
So you'd been smoking weed all day?
That day?
Well, every day. So I'm guessing that day.
I don't recall. I don't know.
A good chance, though. Odds would be.
There's a very good chance, yeah.
And then you were drinking.
Probably.
And we see how charming you can be.
Yeah.
So if we pour alcohol on top of that, and then you're at a party, and
You get one.
they throw you out.
That's just an impulsive move. Yeah. That's what alcohol does. Makes
Yeah.
you impulsive. Irrational decisions.
Blake admits to having trouble relationship-wise. He admits to verbally abusing women and even lighting their clothes on fire. Yet he also claims the ladies just love him. We'll talk more about that after the break.
Blake thinks he's quite the ladies' man.
I can have whatever I want when I want.
He's a disgusting pig.
You guys are all fat and ugly. Bye.
Blake says he is a, quote, man whore. Here's his explanation as to why.
Blake thinks he's quite the ladies' man.
I can have whatever I want when I want. I am what you would call a man whore. I love sluts. They're easy.
He's a disgusting pig. Blake sees women as objects.
Women are attracted to me because I am one sexy.
Once he told me about 2 girls that he brought home to my mom's house and had sex with one of the girls. He then decided to leave the ugly one outside and then bragged about it later.
When I go out, I usually end up with a girl in my bed. I'll throw them in the basket. The more eggs in your basket, the better chance you have to. I'll tell them, I said, you and your friends, you guys are all fat and ugly. Bye.
He treats women horribly.
When it comes to girls, I don't really care about your personality. If you want to be rude and arrogant and act like you're hot and you're an ugly, get on your knees.
The way Blake talks about women, it's repulsive. I just think he's sick.
Okay, so how do you feel about how he's describing that situation?
It's disgusting. I can't believe that he treats women like that.
Well, you raised him.
I didn't raise him to be like that.
Well, where does it come from?
I have no idea where he gets that from.
Do you genuinely feel that way about women?
No, I don't ever come off that way either.
So what's the basket thing?
Girls are weird. They don't know what they want. So most of these girls are on the same page as me. It's not like, hey, this is gonna be a one-time thing, you're done. Okay, they're part of this too. It's not like I just quit talking to them. You know, I'll shoot them a text, I might not get a response. That's what I'm saying, they're flaky. So if I have a basket full of them, you could have this flaky girl and this girl wants not want to be flaky. You know, so then I don't have to get all worked up about, oh, why is she not coming around? Why is she not doing this? I just have another one. I don't have to worry about it. No sweat. I know a lot of guys that do it.
But
Yeah.
you don't have to have sex with all of them.
That's just how it happens.
That was 70. 70,
Maybe I
12,
maybe
12
I haven't
in
found one that I
12 in
really like.
December, which is fine. I mean, that's part of the dating process. But the dating process, the way you explain it, like if you just said I was dating, that's a whole nother thing. But you have this basket that it sounds like you have sitting in the house and have all these, you know, I'll just pull her number out or I'll pull her number out. Give her a call. I mean, that's not how you treat women. And that's not how we should treat men. I don't have a basket. I've never had a basket.
Why don't you tell Charlie Sheen that?
Do you think?
And that's your role model.
No.
Do you think
One of the funniest
that?
guys to ever hit the set, though. I'll tell you that.
Do you think that that your way of being in the world? Everybody has a way of being in the world, right? Everybody
Agreed,
has.
yes.
Yeah, everybody has a certain way of being in the world.
Everybody's different.
Do you think your way of being in the world is working for you?
I wouldn't say it's not working for me.
Are you getting what you want?
Not in full. I think the missing key is just a career and finding out what I want to do. And her saying that she had a good job right out of college.
I'm not talking about her, I'm talking about you.
Okay, but that didn't happen.
Yeah,
She
I'm
got her
not
first
talking
job when she was
about you.
26. Me, I just haven't found what I want to do, and I'm not going to step foot in anything that I don't like and don't want to continue on. I want to pick the right path, something that I'm interested in, and I want to stick with it. Until then, I work part-time jobs until I figure it out.
Do you want to know what I think?
What do you think?
Do you want to know?
Yeah, of course.
Because I think I know what's going on with you, and I think it's, to me, it's so clear, it's just screaming like flashing lights over your head.
And what does that mean? You think that I see clear?
No. I think I see clear what's going on with you, and I think that what you're doing is not working. It's not getting you what you want at all.
Okay, so what should I do different?
Mental illness runs in our family. My dad would talk to people that weren't there.
Their dad just got in his truck and drove away and never came back.
Blake's mom claims she doesn't know where her son's behavior is coming from, but I have a feeling this whole family does know the trigger and does know where this all started.
Blake's father, my ex-husband, left the house when Blake was 15 years old.
Mental illness runs in our family. My dad would talk to people that weren't there. He burned books in the barbecue pit. There was definitely something that wasn't right.
Their dad just got in his truck and drove away and never came back.
When I was 18, I went out and visited my dad. He was scary.
We really don't even know if he's dead or alive.
I feel like I live in the shadow of my dad. I was the son. What is the son supposed to do? He's supposed to live up to be like his father. But if he's like that, you don't want to really end up like him. So you're kind of lost. Yeah. You know, actually, when I was 15, I wouldn't say I was old enough to really comprehend what he was all about. Now, I got 2 women in my family, and I face the double team all the time. Since I was 7 years old, I've seen a psychiatrist. She has forced me into the mental hospital twice. So pretty much since I was a young child, it's been a burden. And anytime either one of these 2 women get mad at me, the go-to answer is, you're gonna end up just like your father. And don't you lie to me and say you've never said that, because you have.
Whoa. Talk to me, not them. Because I take your life very seriously.
I appreciate that.
I mean, I really do. I have 2 sons. Robin and I have been married 40 years. We've got 2 sons about your age. And when I was preparing for this show over the last several days, I really asked myself what impact it would have on either or both of my boys if at 15 I just disappeared. I think when that happened, that hurt you a lot.
I would agree.
And I think the circumstance under which he left and the condition in which you found him when you sought him out, where he was homeless, delusional, hallucinating, and disoriented, scared you to death.
Of course, it was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I think it scared you for you because you do have a BA in psychology And I know that when you did that, you found out that there is a genetic component to psychosis and schizophrenia. And so a big part of you has got to be thinking, is this a ticking time bomb in me?
Yeah, because I wouldn't say it actually had an onset in his life until he was in his early 30s. And I haven't made it that far yet.
A big part of you does feel like, for whatever reason, he did abandon you.
Maybe in his head, he felt like he was so helpless that leaving would save his family.
But you're still alone, aren't you?
For now.
And that hurts.
It would hurt anybody.
Yeah, and it hurts you. And people respond to these things in a lot of different ways. And one way is to go through life like this with an attitude that says, get them before they get me. You know, having a chip on your shoulder, being caustic, being arrogant, keeps you from getting hurt because you don't ever let anybody get close to you. And behind all of that, you're wondering if you're going to wake up tomorrow and not know the difference between reality and fantasy.
What is it, like a light switch? On and off? It just clicks?
No. I'm going to answer that question after the break. Your question is that you believe, and I think you're probably right, that your father is afflicted with some form of psychosis, probably some form of schizophrenia from what's been described. Now, I don't know him, I'm not diagnosing him, but from what everybody describes, it sounds like that he probably is experiencing schizophrenia. It is true that there is a genetic component to that. But I'm going to tell you, and I want you to really, really hear me. Are you focused and paying attention here? Because this is
focused.
really important.
I'm ready.
Okay, don't be thinking about something else. This is critical that you understand this. And I'll say it to you 5 times if you need me to, because I really want you to understand this. Blake, it's so important. When it comes to something like mental illness and schizophrenia, genetics tell us who can be afflicted with schizophrenia, depression, or whatever, not who will be. It tells us who can be, not who will be. It tells us who might be predisposed to schizophrenia, not who will manifest schizophrenia. Now, are you at higher risk for this than someone that doesn't have a family history of schizophrenia? Yes. The fact that it's in your family tree means you're at higher risk for it than somebody that does not have it in their family tree. Does that mean that you are destined to have a mental illness, to be schizophrenic or some form of psychosis? The answer is no. The truth is, you can control that. The fact that you are self-medicating anxiety and depression with marijuana and alcohol on an unrelenting basis heightens your likelihood of manifesting that disease substantially.
How so?
The chemicals in marijuana and the chemicals in alcohol, which operate on different parts of the brain, the amygdala, the thalamus, the neocortex, it changes the neural activity in those 3 areas in particularly in a way that make them more susceptible to that kind of mental illness than if you were not self-medicating in that way. If you stop doing that, your brain is highly resilient. Right now, you have some precursors that you're experiencing. I can't diagnose you sitting here, but I think you're experiencing chronic anxiety and chronic depression. That would be on my short list of considerations. And I think you're self-medicating with marijuana and alcohol, but it's failing and it's starting to break through. And I think you're predisposing yourself, and you don't need to. You can stop that. I want to do two things with you. I'm going to offer to do two things with you. Number one, this is Ben Levinson right here. Ben is the founder of Origins Behavioral Health Care, and they're a dual diagnosis treatment center. They deal with addiction, they deal with all types of psychological issues and maladjustments simultaneously. I flew Ben in here today because I wanted to offer you the opportunity to put yourself in the shop and get all of those psychological issues and this excessive use of marijuana under control and get your mental health at an absolute optimal level and keep it there, which will minimize you ever going where your father has gone. The second thing I want to do is I want to help you find your father, and I want to offer to get him the same kind of help that I'm offering you. I don't want your father living on the street. I want to get your father some help, and I've got people looking for him right now. I want to find the man. And I want you to go to him and be able to say, Dad, I've arranged to get you some serious help here. And I don't want you to live in fear of this. I don't want you running from it. I want you to turn around and face it head on. Get this under control. I want to find your dad, give him the help that we need, get him safe, and let's turn this around and stop this ridiculous charade. Will you take this help?
Yes, I will.
All right. Fair enough? Appreciate it. Yep. All right. Okay. Fair enough? All right. All right. I want to thank my guests today, including Ben Levinson, founder of the Dual Diagnosis Treatment Center, Origins Behavioral Health Care, for offering resources to Blake and to his father, who we are looking for in the most intense way. We'll see you next time.